We'll start the podcast now. Tyler, what's up, dude? How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Good. How are you? After that off-camera intro, Tyler, if you're listening to the podcast, Tyler has this flowing golden locks, and I think it's something that I haven't been able to do with many people that I've had on here because I don't know them well enough. And while we've only hung out, was it that 1 week? It feels like I've known you for a long time, man. I think giving some roses to people when we're alive and like just to hear good things. This guy I listened to, Gary Vee, does this. Just giving compliments before someone's dead, and then we're all like, this person's gone. Dude, your vibe on Instagram and social media is so happy and contagious and positive. I just want to share with you that like I'm just so stoked at your posts. And we'll talk about what is metal, but like please keep doing you because it is just so Tyler and it's really refreshing. And I just want you to know that, man. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So with that, we have some quick hitting questions, and then we're going to hit. I almost laughed. What if I just sent you like fake questions? Like, by the way, none of those are the actual questions. Then we'll talk about training, racing, and if there's any other tangents you want to go on to share, do it. So I got 10, maybe 11 hot ones, just quick answers so people can get a quick sense of who you are. Going on a ride, gels and bars or candy and sandwiches?
Ooh, gels and bars when I have them, and then you gotta be resourceful. You can find some delicious things in the markets here in right now in South America, but also in the United States. You go for the sweet things.
What's the do you have the I don't even know what they're called, but Forest, when we were in Ecuador, was all these little like jam packets. It's like sugar. It's just sugar with like some flavoring. Money.
Yeah, there's so many things now. Like, oh my God, you can have a sugar rush. Like, you could be bonked and up and out in a minute and a half. Like, you go to stores just with
All
a
right.
pony and you're gone.
High or low socks?
High,
Thank
always.
you. Tire width.
28.
Okay. Speed suit or bibs and jersey?
Depending on fit time of the year. Speed suit for crits, jersey bibs for road.
Okay. Keep this answer PG. Wax chain or wet lube? Or something else. Dry lube. Dry lube. In the gym or not worth it?
Oh, not worth it.
Okay. Group ride or solo smash?
Solo smash.
Self coach or coach?
Self coach.
Stage race or one day?
Ooh. One day.
Damn, I did not see that coming. Okay. This is why I love these.
Championships are one day.
Because what?
Championships are one day.
Great call. Okay, I like that. Training by heart rate or power?
Power.
And favorite post-ride food?
Milk. Just drink that milk. Drink so much milk.
Okay, one more question. Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry?
Just vanilla.
Okay. I thought you were going to go strawberry.
Strawberry.
So we don't run ads. You have some good brands that you rep. Give a sponsor shout out. I didn't prep you for that one.
From Germany.
Say that again. Coratech. The bike.
Yes.
You've been riding that a couple years, haven't you?
3 years now.
Yeah. Cool. Any particular model?
The CCT Evo Disc SLR.
Sick.
And for here's going to be the factory. These are very aerodynamic bikes. They run a 160 disc, so a little bit bigger disc, more braking power. I feel for the critting, it's advantageous on the cornering.
Really? Cool.
Have more power. Well, for us, we're bigger dudes, so.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know anything about bikes, to be honest with you. And my old tarmac, I think, had a bigger one in the back and a smaller in the front, if that makes sense. The only thing that I wish they were both big because it was super annoying. Then I'd have to buy both sizes. And
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, annoying. All right. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Be patient.
Ooh. How have you implemented that?
Oh, So too much sometimes. You sit in the back of a crit and a brake leaves in the first lap. Gone.
But that's just the game, right? I mean,
Maybe
sometimes say that again.
one patience. One time it worked where a secondary breakaway left and we all lapped the field. First break didn't know I lapped the field, broke through that and took the win as well as the sprint win. So surprises, you can always be patient and have a good surprise at the end.
Fair enough. If you could ride with and more as a teammate, if you could have anyone as a teammate, who would it be? And that's on our level, so it can't be like Peter Sagan.
Well, you got to race with him, Ethan Batt.
Yeah,
And Ethan Batt, he came to California for a bit. I think in one go he took a criterium, a TT, a criterium, a road race, and a circuit all in a row.
damn.
Just every type, no problem.
And are they pro Conti this year?
Yeah, he just got 7th at Road Nats this last week. His team got
awesome.
2nd, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th.
Shout out to Bloxburg. What is there anything funny that you've read about yourself on the internet?
I haven't. I don't really look too far, but
You're
the
smart.
most funny things that happen is the call-ups when they take a biography that is not yours. You become this other person, and I've been many different personalities at many different criteriums.
Who's the best personality that you've been?
I think I was from remote Arizona, and I was into hunting or something. I don't know. It just went too far.
For some reason, people always confuse me and Patrick, and I was like, I don't even think we look that similar, but maybe we do.
How that happens. You guys are always together, and
Yeah,
but I don't. When you're physically together, I don't know.
right? We don't. I don't know. Someone's like, "Oh, blah blah." I was talking to you, and then Patrick's like, "Hey, this guy keeps talking to me, and he thinks that you're me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got this other guy who's doing the same thing over here." So, I don't know. Don't get it. What's your best attribute in cycling, and how do you use that to your advantage?
Well, I'm tall, so a lot more. You can put down a lot more power. You gain a lot more muscle mass. As you get leaner, it's harder to be more of a sprinter or breakaway guy.
Mm-hmm.
So being tall, you just add and subtract whenever, like you as well, your power can increase and decrease depending on your body weight, but it's easy for you to gain that muscle back. And say you lose it. I know probably in 2 weeks you can work really hard and get some of that heavy duty muscle back. So I think because we're bigger, taller, we can do a lot more heavy lifting, get some work done.
I like that. What are you the worst at, and what are you doing to improve on that?
Climbing. Oh,
does that bother you at all? There's a lot of hills in Ecuador.
Yeah, it's steep too. Some of these hills, they get you. So I put a little 34 on the front and a little 32 on the back. I can get over them now, but wow. It puts you in a little power zone to do this, and especially at altitude. Some of these mountains, you can go from 0 to 13,000. It's ridiculous.
That is crazy. 13 is a new world. I don't think I've ever been that high before. I think 12, maybe. Do you know how I think Sandias Peak's only 11. When we did that race, I died at 11,000, and it was
at 10. I feel the definite change is at 10 exactly, and then after that, it's just survival.
Oh, I feel the difference at 8, and then at 9, I'm like, I'm getting weaker, and then at 10, I'm pretty dead, and then 11, the race was very far away from me.
Start a little.
What's that?
Start to hallucinate a little. Start seeing things a
little bit. Yeah, not good.
Nope.
When you're pedaling 180 watts and you're 80 kilos, 81, whatever. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. What excites you the most about life or racing right now?
I guess exploring new races, exploring new places, new cultures, everything. Just seeing the world.
You're pretty well traveled. Where are you still looking to go to?
Africa, Asia.
Sorry, I mean to cut you off. Keep going.
Probably Northern Africa. But I'm better at heat, so riding in heat doesn't bother me as much. So riding in
Okay.
these be interesting. Um, and the wind, it gets some crazy times going the right way. Take a bus back.
Where in Asia do you want to go?
My friend Tommy, we've been friends 30 plus years. He's living in Thailand and he has a pizzeria. So I want to get some pizza in Thailand and do some riding there.
Oh man, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, I
Is he in northern or southern?
think he's in Bangkok.
I don't know where that is exactly. But is
Yeah,
that what's Dewey Thep or whatever? What's that mega climb out there?
there is that. Yeah, there is a race that does that really long one.
Oh, there's a race up it? I just want to ride up it.
Yeah, there's I think that Everest Challenge or something like that where you just go.
Hmm. When are you going out there? Do you have any plans?
I would love to go at some point. His daughter is like 1 years old, so maybe in a few years when the daughter's a little bit older, and I can bring my other daughter or
And
other
then
daughters.
by that
Yeah,
time they can drive and like bring bottles
exactly.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What you've been riding and racing a long time. What do you do when you feel like you're riding like crap?
I try to look at the positive aspects of what I'm doing. Say I'm
Mhm.
having a bad race or bad training or I'm sick and recovering. I just think of the positive things like, oh, look, I did this for a few minutes, or, it wasn't that bad. I'm not couch ridden, or I'm
Mhm.
not recovering from an injury at least. Or if I am recovering from an injury, it's like, okay, just be patient, as we talked about before.
Yeah.
So
So is it kind of just like try to stack these little wins one day at a time,
little wins, little wins,
little wins?
you can motivate yourself. I mean, uh, watching other competitions as well. He doesn't have to be cycling, but just competition for me, seeing competition, it gets me motivated to be competitive again. So,
Hmm. I had an athlete that was kind of making a little bit of a comeback and more in the gym. And he said, "Hey, this was just a great reminder that there's a long way to go." And I was like, "Man, there's always a long way to go. Like, if you're shooting for wherever you're shooting, like, it doesn't stop. It's just
yeah.
gotta keep going."
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
guy wants to do like a million miles. So that takes a lifetime.
That takes a lot of miles. Wait, do you
Yep.
want to do a million miles?
I don't think I could do a million miles.
What's okay? So, sort of on this thread, what's the biggest inspiration that keeps you pushing forward to not a million miles, but a lot of miles?
My daughters, I love like seeing them get excited for when I race and to make them inspired as well is what keeps me going mainly.
That's awesome. What is, if you are a self-coach, how do you craft your training calendar together? And I guess let me ask, with you do a ton of racing, how do you incorporate that? Like, do you first plan out the races you want to do? Do you kind of just race whenever races pop up? Because like how do you walk through that?
So there's the I guess winter, which wasn't
Yeah.
winter this time, but you got winter and you could do your base miles, but it's sometimes you're racing, like you get stuck
Mhm.
in New Zealand race in November. It's kind of late in the season, and you go into that, and then you get done with that, and everyone's getting, yeah, let's do miles, and you're just like, I just want to sit.
Need a break.
I need a break. Or they'll just throw random races at you all the way through December. So for me at this point, I just do highs and lows. Like I try to do intensity, get really fit, target some races, and then relax a little bit, let it fall, and then build it back up again. I'll have some target races, maybe a 3 or 4 day crit. Tulsa would be a good example. You target Tulsa, you get
Mhm.
fit at, and then you crash. But or they lose your bike before that one. Now that's what happened this last year. The American Airlines lost my bicycle. That never came back.
Never came back.
Miami never came back. Just opened a case. Everything waited the 2 month period. Just got a small check, like a 10% of what the bike was worth, and that was
What?
it. So yeah. So the sponsors aren't happy, but yeah, it happens. These airlines lose bikes, and it's crazy. So I went to Tulsa and I got to watch it, but I didn't get to race it.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy. But
Well, after what happened there last year, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. More crashes than normal.
that's a,
And
getting so much more aggressive. The
that's
piece is
why,
real.
yeah, that's why I've slowly stepped away from that discipline of the sport. It, it it didn't even sell out this year. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was.
It's got to
Is
be
it
from the crashing. I mean, people are just like, no way. I don't know.
back in the day, like just seeing like the that more inexperienced riders just trembling on the line. I'm like, oh man, not good. And now it's on purpose. It's like people are like revved up and ready to go, and it's like, oh, we got to do like 8 corners every lap here. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Oh man, this is all right. We're gonna move on from that one.
All right.
Well, wait. So, okay, yeah. So highs and lows, and I like that. It's almost kind of like I was talking to somebody about some of these guys like Vanderpool and Wow who are doing cross. They're doing some Grand Tour stages. They're doing some classics. It's like their full on year is very different than a lot of ours where we're like base miles,
Mm-hmm.
build, race, fall. So,
Yeah.
do you have any favorite workouts?
KOM chasing. That's the best workout, I think. Or nowadays, like these trucks, they don't go as fast in America. I'm in Ecuador, and you get on the freeway, and the trucks just go just right, and you can draft off of them, and then you get some really good training and just
So you're
fly.
a full gas, maximal effort type of guy.
I love it. I love the.
Do you have any durations when you go out? You're like, hey, I'm going to go try and hit a certain type of KOM, or there's got to be a little bit of planning into that.
Red lights. I would say just red lights. That's it.
What do you
And
mean?
if you can run the red lights, you keep going. But if you can't, just you stop and you wait.
But how do you know where the segment is? Or are you just hoping there's a KOM?
Sometimes I go out and I try it once and I'm like, okay, I did decent. And then you check and then you see what the times are. Sometimes there's cars, so you got to edit, see if which ones are cars. And then after that, it's all right. From here to here, I'm going to put this much effort into it. If that fails, I'll just keep going and make it to this segment. And then and you keep pasting and gluing. Oh, like okay, I'll just do it here. And you
Yeah.
can change. You have a list of KOMs. You don't have to do them all, but like sometimes you can do a set here and a set there, and it gets you a good interval. And you don't have to focus so much just on numbers, looking down and being like, oh, it's exact, or you can
Right.
bleed sets out and get done with the and times on the board.
So you're at least planning these beforehand where you're like, hey, there's like these 5 over in this area, or there's these 4, or are you saying that's just from riding around the area, you get used to what is where?
You get used to what is where, and
Okay.
sometimes you feel like this is a good KOM zone already, and
Yeah.
when you just let it out because you know like, oh, this is probably a popular section. Let's see how we
Yeah.
do.
I've done too. I'll like if I visit my sister or something, I'll just make a map, a route of like popular streets people ride off the whatever they call it, the heat map, and then
Uh-huh.
it'll show you all these KOMs. Like, all right, I'm gonna try this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, it's got some maximal efforts. Go for it. It's a fun day.
One time
What? Go
Venice
ahead.
Beach on a Super Bowl Sunday. Like you just pedestrians on the bike path, and my average speed was like 34 miles per hour. And there's a few corners in there, and I don't know what was going on, but like being in a video game and people like stars are stretching, like you're just going warp zone. You just do it.
Just get it done. Make it happen. What is, and maybe you kind of hit on this with the bike. Tell me 2 interesting things about your equipment.
Yeah, the 160 disc on the brakes is over the 140.
Mhm.
It makes the bike even look meaner, I think. Just these aggressive big old wheels on the side. No,
Yeah.
I like the
Spinners.
top power. You can really be accurate. Some of these descents you do, especially in Colombia, when you climb for hour, 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, 3 hours, and then you have to go down, and now you're in the rain and you're going down. you want brakes. You want really good brakes. And some of these cars are not obeying the laws. They're not doing what you think they should be doing. So oncoming traffic in your lane or dogs running at you, you want really good braking. So these 160s, I think, totally advantageous, especially in these climates that have rain and steep roads. I mean, one time I went up a road 38% grade. So going down that,
what? 38? Dude, I didn't even know that's possible.
Yeah, they're special roads. They have little track lines on them and little rocks glued onto them so you don't slip. It's crazy. When you see those roads now, you'll be like, okay, get ready.
Dude, whatever it is in the UK, Primrose Pass, I think is 31.
31.
That was gnarly. I only had a 28 on. I was surprised I got up it, and 38%. I can't even fathom that. That's absurd.
At the start of the climb, you pass 2 intermediate like church towns, I call them, where it kind of goes flat just for the town, and then you go climbing again. So you go to intermediate church town from 8,000 up to, I think, 9,500 church town, and then the next section to next church town is like 11,000. And on the way out of 11,000, on the way up to 12,000, you're there within like a quarter mile. You're just instant. That's so
nuts.
Then you make up your way up to 13,500, and then there's a place called Laguna Negro, and it's this amazing little lake, and there's like these 2 boys that appear out of nowhere, like The Shining, like twins, and then, would you like to buy empanadas?
Do you buy any?
And then you go on the Strava, and there's only 200 people that have been up there on the bikes and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the coffee. I got stuck in the mud trying to like go look around the lake, and then I made my way back down. But that 38% was unreal. Even going down it, you're just looking down.
That's scary. Whoa. Yeah, it's frightening to me. I'm trying to think. There's even places in Blowing Rock where the downhill. I mean, I suck at descending, but I don't climb on certain roads because I know the backside of that is just not fun. I'm just braking. It sucks.
Break, and then you don't want to break parts. You don't want to break yourself. Yeah, it's logistics. No. Do these adventures once or twice, and you clock it. You check it off the list.
You ever been out towards Antuntaki in Ecuador? I think it's more north. It's like a small town.
Not yet. Just Cuenca and a few of those mountains out to the east of Guayaquil. I've seen pages you did, and they get high and they get mean. They get some mean.
Look at my rides a week later when we stayed out there. It's Raleigh's friend, and the rides, that's where it went up to 11,000. But I was there for a few days, kind of rolling solo. I forget if the guys weren't riding, but man, some sick loops. Forrest and I went up to some random, what I would also call like a church town. There's a church. There's a little guy selling Cokes for like 40 cents and no one else. And we rode up and we're like, where are we? This is amazing. And it's just one of those times where like I would never have seen this place if I didn't have my bike with me. And I hate traveling with a bike, which is weird because I love riding, but it's just kind of a pain. I'm trying to get more okay with it. Yeah. I don't know how you do it. You're all over the place.
Well, you've seen my bike bag. You know, I carry a whole bike shop with me on the back.
I don't remember your bike bag. Did you have all this stuff?
Yeah, I got an extra time. And now at this point, I'm rolling through the jungles and the rivers. I need everything. Like I broke a chain recently. It was so random. It just the quick link went 2 different ways, and I never found either piece. I don't even know how that happened. But my chain exploded on a climb. I just gone. God,
dude.
So I had link luckily, but like that could ruin your day if you're out in the jungle, because you're walking. That's a lot of walking. I don't know if you're a lot of walking. Yeah, let's see, 15. So 10 miles out back there, plus a few, category 2 climbs to get over, and then so you got to be prepared. You bring everything. I know how to repair the bike now, like in any way, shape, or form. Like if the derailleurs misfunction, I'll be able to put it in like just one gear and roll it out like ready just in case, and 4 tubes. And I found a store deep in there. I don't know how it happened, but there was a store in Coconuts, and I was like, yes.
4 tubes I thought I brought a lot with 3. 4 has got me beat.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Tell us one thing about you that you don't want us to know.
Ah, I think I already revealed it, like how much milk I drink. It's like the
Well,
part of life for me. If you drink the milk, you're going to be strong. I think Chris Tolley matches me in milk consumption. That
really,
man drinks a gallon of raw milk a day.
that's a lot of milk.
Well, it's not a lot of milk. It's a lot of that good. I don't know where he gets it. He's on Texas, so he gets that good.
Oh my
But
God.
that
What?
Chantera, that 30% fat, I think it says on there, or 14%, or whatever the ridiculous amount is on it. You can feel it
Wow.
in
Like
it. Yes.
whole. Basically
Whole
cream, basically.
cream. Yeah.
What is what's the best piece of advice for a newer cyclist?
Stick to it. You can build and build and build, and your experiences will add up to better experiences, even if they're bad experiences. Yeah, just always keep going and to look forward at the positive.
Dude,
You build mountains.
love that, man. What's so metal about metal?
Metal, man. Have you ever listened to slam metal during an interval? Holy moly.
No.
It'll
We don't
take
do
you.
intervals, dude. We're just doing KOMs. Don't
All
confuse
right. Well,
everybody.
slam metal are especially for the traffic. I think it warns them slash gives you motivation to go through tight spaces, very tight spaces, and hope it all works out. And you're just hoping a moto isn't doing the same, about to cross check you, because that's almost happened to me a few times. Or I think I've
In
touched.
that video recently, some dude, he like looked back, he was some dirty scowl, and you're like, here I come out of my way, Moto man.
Man, there's groups of them sometimes. They all get motivated, and then they'll slow down to let you catch up, and then you go back at it again. Before you know it, you're through all this traffic, and you're done with the day, and it feels good. But other times, I got checked, T-boned by a taxi. I think we were both in the wrong. Maybe he was running that because I saw pedestrians going the right way, and I think he was just going to motor through them. So I was coming through not too fast, maybe 14 miles, 15 miles per hour. And then I just see him off to my side, and he just keeps coming. He doesn't put on the brakes, and he clips me on the back, and
Oh,
I spin around in a circle. But it took the chain off, nothing else. I didn't even, I guess, touch the ground other than like unclip and kind of like
dance a little bit.
a cat would,
Yeah.
I don't know how. And just my chest hurt, I think, from hitting the bike, from falling down on the bars instantaneously. But that's it. It's my only incident in all of it. And it was like, okay, I know where that is. I know how the situation happened. I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to rely on pedestrians crossing as my indicator of is it safe or not. Because taxis don't follow those rules either. They just go. So
Yeah. I mean, it was yeah. Well, I'm
it's a
glad you made it out with just minimal bruising and a
minimal,
chain.
just a
Minimal.
off, put it back on, and went on my way. And I was like, whew, okay, calm it down.
What's the number one thing in your daily routine that shows the biggest return to your success in cycling?
Oh, just simple hydration. Drink water. Because, I am sober now 6, almost 7 years. And before this, if you weren't hydrated properly, you sucked at racing.
Mm-hmm.
So hydrated every day with that, good fluids,
Milk.
milk. Oh, that's a whole meal as well. So you can do it all with milk. Yeah, I would say hydration. It's simple, but hydration keeps you.
No, simple's good, man. People overcomplicate this sport, I think, and it's hydration is huge. I'm
You
into it.
need, the carb mix. You need the special gels. You need to put a monitor on your arm, and we need to monitor everything about everything now because that's the next level. But it's crazy on the top end. That's what's happening, and how do you keep up with that? Keep it
Yeah,
simple.
yeah. I think keeping symbols away. It's I mean, I've reverted from sports drinks or mixes to sugar water and salt. It's like
Nice,
simple. It's everything. Yeah, into it.
nice.
Do you focus on aerodynamics at all? Yeah, but still, I mean, you got the aero bike, the locks, maybe not aero.
Smaller frame. a smaller frame allows a bigger drop from the saddle to the bars.
Mm-hmm.
You can drop your back lower, so you can simulate being more aero without having to push your body too far, like arch too hard and wear out some. On a 5-hour day, you don't want to be in the drops like that. But in a criterium, I can get pretty aero just by being in the drops and with that higher seat to the slam stem, and just that alone, I think, because I'm a bigger person, I can break wind with break through the wind with more, or it's not as hard to break through the wind because we're bigger people. So I mean, stage 1 towards Southland, someone got in the breakaway and just destroyed it for the green jersey.
Those men, that race,
the watts that day, the watts.
I think I left them all that day. That was it.
Boy.
Oh man. What's finish this sentence? I never ...
I never eat bananas.
Really?
Never eat bananas. I think I have a food affinity, I think it's called, where you like a psychological reaction. I don't know. My mom fed me bananas when I was a young baby child. I don't know, 6 months in a row, just bananas, everything. And then one day I just gagged. No more. Just no more.
Really?
And since sensitive, you eat the little candies and you taste that flavor, and it triggers in your head like that.
Food sensitivity, maybe. Food affinity would be, that would be like you want them.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
We're gonna shower you in bananas.
We're showering in bananas.
G-rated. Okay, we're moving on.
In Colombia, and they're like, "Yeah, Tyler, you don't need any food. They have checkpoints and everything." What was at every checkpoint?
Oh no, bananas.
What was else there? Nothing.
Nothing. Get out of here.
That was a 4.5 hour
fat burning session.
Just get to the top of that one. The Palmas. I don't know if you know Las Palmas. That's a big climb in Medellin. You get to I was done. I was done after that. I was seeing the stars. I ate so many packets of whatever free food they had, and I think I ate like 2,000 calories in 15 minutes just of snacks alone. But yeah, no bananas.
No bananas. Okay. What are 3 soft skills for success, either on the bike or life?
Keeping positive, keeping an open mind, and giving it 100%.
Cool. Those are good. Oh wait, got 2 more. We had one from a person on Instagram you might know. He goes by the name of Bike Tees.
Oh, okay.
What's your mentality when marketing yourself in real life and online? Because you do have a bunch of sponsors, and I think, kind of as I was telling you before, like, you just still have a really genuine persona online. Is that, yeah, I don't want to cede any answers, but when you're like trying to market this stuff and market yourself, how do you go about thinking about that? I think this is a really good question. I might even ask everybody.
Well, for me, to just keeping it metal is my phrase, is my thing. So keeping it metal, you just keep it like 100%. Everything's got to be like 100%. Could be crazy, like 100% going through the traffic, or 100% going for the win, or 100% giving it for your teammates, or 100% helping the community. You can give 100% no matter what. So keeping it metal is giving that like extra 100%. And for the persona online, I see things in my head. I see like ideas, and like, okay, maybe people will think this is cool or different. It's not often people have their gravel bikes with them. I don't have mine with me right now, so I got to ride these dirt roads with my road bike. And it's, I cross these rivers, and you're just rolling on rocks and water and pedaling, and just that learning to do that is a fun experience. And maybe people didn't think that was possible, and you just show them, oh, look, just roll right through a river. Nothing happens. Keep going. Keep it in metal. So you can approach everything with this, and sometimes a taxi gets you, but you just keep going, and I've been in some horrific crashes, but I don't let them set me back at all. For a while, you'll be a little bit traumatized, but after that, you'll realize, as a learning, you won't put yourself in that situation again, or you'll be more careful. But and other times you'll tunnel vision. This is it. You got to go for the win. There might be consequences, but you're going to go. This is it. So I think you just give it 100%. Keep it metal.
I'm into it. Last one. What race are you most looking forward to this year?
Championships. I don't know. I want to train hard and do some nationals maybe this year. I see some tall guy winning the road. I get inspired to go back and try nationals again in the masters category, possibly.
Will you come to Masters, Nas? Dude, this is a good course for you.
That would be. It's in the South now.
It's in Georgia. It's in Augusta. Okay. Which, no offense to anyone listening from Augusta, it's not the most greatest destination. There's just nothing to do there, or maybe I'm missing it. If you're from, race a bike race. If you're from Augusta and you have like the secret places to go, please let me know. Post in the comments, but you should come to that. If you can make it there, you would crush. It's just a little, I don't know, maybe 40-second kicker at the end. It's rollers. Mm-hmm. It's hard for things to get away. I should say stay away. It's easy to get away. It's just hard to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say too, amateur nats it was beautiful out there in Virginia. The course was hard though, I thought, and I'm gonna try and go back. I'm going to France for Chris's birthday, and we get back like 2 days before, so I don't know if that's gonna be the best prep.
Woo! Can you bring the recovery boots in the plane with you?
No, but I'm gonna bring a bike because I met a guy from France down here riding, and he was like, yeah, it's long story short, I was like talking to him, and I was like, hey, what's the deal with bringing like a bike to Paris? He's like, do it. I have routes on Strava. Like, it's totally worth it. So I might try and break out of my shell, travel with the bike, hate it, but just get there, ride. And I think if I could do a couple 2-hour rides, I could show up on the line and go race. And
body check.
What's that?
Just body check. Like, body, this is what you do. Remember what you did. This is what you do.
This is what you do. Maybe that'll be a thing that makes me be more patient and not so aggressive too early, which I just love to do. Just go too hard too early, run out of energy.
Go on stage one. God.
not drink enough milk. That's what I need. What else you got for the people? What other gems can we share from Tyler? You've already left us with so many. Seriously, I love it.
Always say yes to travel races. Always say yes to racing. Like, always say yes. Pick up even if you're not in the best shape, even if you're not ready to go, let's support the community. Let's get out there. Let's race our bicycles, and let's be nice with doing it. We don't have to be the most aggressive people anymore. Everyone is skilled at their bicycle. We don't need who can cut the corner and slide out and, cause the biggest crash anymore. Let's race fast. Let's use the fastest. And after that, just ride your bike, enjoy it. Mountain bike, cross bike, a road bike, gravel bike, any kind of bike.
Track bike,
EMX bike, track bike, TT bike. If you're a triathlete, just enjoy your bicycle. Life is fun, especially on a bike, because you can go really fast.
Love it, man. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Cut.